The ethics at the beginning and end of life module for the course is addressing some of the most challenging and most fundamental questions in medical ethics. They're questions that all of us encounter in our daily lives. They're questions that many of us will have to deal with for ourselves or for our family members. And for professionals, they're questions that they address commonly. Both medical professionals, but also legal professionals and others who work in associated fields. So they're questions about when does life begin? How do we treat those whose lives have just begun? That includes embryos, fetuses, those who have just been born. And then how do we treat those who are approaching the end of their life? Those who have serious illnesses that mean that they can't live despite medical treatment, or who don't want to live, who don't want treatment to prolong their life, or perhaps want actively to seek death. How do we think about those types of decisions from an ethical point of view? What is allowed? Where do people's views come from? Everybody has a view on these questions about, is it ethical to end life? Is abortion ethical? Is euthanasia ethical? There are a whole range of different views. How do we evaluate the arguments that are out there that people may have? How do we take into account the very serious concerns that people have about abortion, about euthanasia? But also, how do we respect people's choices? So those are the very fundamental questions that we face as individuals, as professionals, and as societies. So we're going to try in this course to help people to think clearly about what the options are, what do the terms mean, what does euthanasia mean, what are the important arguments, and how do we even start to weigh up those arguments when thinking about policy.